Yo, Elliot. This question's from Jeffrey. He wants to know if he switches from a hypertrophy-based program to a strength-based program, will he lose size or stay the same? So, the short answer is more than likely, because the volume associated with a strength-based program is not nearly as high as that in a hypertrophy-based program. And the parameters, especially the rest intervals, are a lot different, right? If you're training for hypertrophy, I've spoken about this other times, your frequency is going to be high, your rest intervals are going to be short, your volume is going to be sort of high, right? That's just, those are the basic parameters for bodybuilding. The exact opposite is usually going to be the case when you're strength building. And that's not to say that you can't create some sort of hybrid combination program where you're doing a little bit of both, right? And I've spoken about this also. But strength training, generally speaking, the volume is going to be lower. The frequency, a little bit lower, perhaps, you know, it depends on what phase you're in. And the intensity is a lot higher, so your rest intervals are going to be a lot longer. Where in bodybuilding, the rest intervals are like, 60, 90 seconds, maybe less. In strength training, it could be up to 5 minutes if you want. So that's not going to lend itself. These strength training parameters are not going to lend itself to sarcoplasmic hypertrophy, the bigness, the thickening, right, of your muscle, right, the fluid retention, right? Because that's what sarcoplasm is. It's biological fluid. It's going to fill your muscle and give you that bodybuilder look, right? You're not going to get that response any longer when you're lifting heavy and not following those hypertrophy parameters. But a few things are going to happen. I'm going to give you some ideas about how you can make that switch and look better by making that switch. Number one, because the volume and the frequency is so low with strength training, you don't need to eat as much. The calories don't need to be as high. When you're trying to build that sarcoplasmic muscle, when you're trying to bulk, you're trying to get big, the calories are going to be higher, but you're expending a lot of calories, a lot of energy, because you're doing so much. The frequency and the volume is very high. Over here, it's lower. So you can cut your calories. You can bring your calories down quite a bit because you're really training the nervous system. The metabolic system is not really active nearly as much with strength training. So that's going to cause you to not get soft, right? The other thing that's going to make it so that you don't get soft is that you're building the myofibrillar hypertrophy associated with heavy training. See, the way my body looks right now, and the thing is with my body, and I'm not beautiful yet by any means, the thing is with my body is that I have a foundation of strength building. I have a foundation of that myofibrillar hypertrophy from years and years and years and years of focusing purely on heavy training, right? So now that I'm cutting the fat off, all that muscle's emerging and it's looking dense and hard. I've read some of your comments and someone wanted to know, hey Elliot, it's crazy how dense your muscles look, even though you still have a significant amount of body fat. I don't know what my body fat percentage is, but my muscles look far more dense than somebody at the body fat percentage that I have, because I've been strength training for so long. So if you lower your body fat by keeping your calories somewhat low, you can still get strong while burning some fat, right? The opposite might not be true with bodybuilding. And focus, just consider that as the body fat comes down, a denser, a leaner, a harder muscle is going to emerge. You're going to be okay. Just know that you're not going to be as swollen as when you're following that hypertrophy program. So I hope that's helpful, dude. Give it a try. Give it a try. I would invite everybody to give it a try. I think this is my preferred method for building a good-looking body, is to, granted that you have a good foundation, build that lean muscle with the myofibrillar active strength training and get the body fat really low. This is my plan, and as I evolved, I'd like to show you guys exactly how I did it. So that's it, dude. Good luck. I know it'll work. Talk to you next time. Yo, Elliot.